Hi Cancer, welcome. This is going to be your you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind it's a general reading, so the roles may be reversed. Feel free to flip them if you need to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, Cancer, when I was meditating on the collective energy before the reading, I was getting a message about something paying off, right? And also I felt like kind of a weight lift off of my shoulders. So there's some sort of payoff in store for you during this time frame, or like hard work paying off, something like that going on in the Cancerian energy. So let's go ahead and get straight into the tarot cards and see what else you have coming in. I got some cards out there while I was chatting. It's the sun and the moon. Wow. Talk about polar opposites, right? The sun and the moon. This is like a yin-yang type of energy, right? You could be feeling kind of like polar opposites, or maybe you're connecting with someone that is your polar opposite. I mean, take it as it resonates. This is a very stark difference in the energy. One of these cards represents, of course, the sun and the essence, the energy, livelihood, right? Your spirit, your creativity, what brings you happiness. And then the moon here is all about like illuminating the more emotional parts of you, the secretive parts, the mysterious, the spiritual. So really interesting energy right off of the bat. And for some reason, the first thing I thought of, or that I got when I saw that, was a song. You're the sun and the moon and the stars. I don't even know who sings that. The sun and the moon and the stars. Is it All for One? It's an old song. But anyways, all right, let's see what your overall energy. Also, Leo, Pisces energy here for some of you. You might have that in your chart, or be dealing with someone that has that in their chart. Woo! All right, so you have the world showing up in your overall energy here, which is talking about completions of a cycle, but also this talks about success, all right? So isn't that what I just said? Like some sort of successful completion, or like a payoff here. So that message now coming out a few different times, right? I just feel like there's something here as well about something breaking through the surface, or like a breakthrough type of energy. Let's see the person you're connecting with. They have the Nine of Cups, which talks about blessings in this deck. But to me, this also talks about like emotional satisfaction. Sometimes it could also talk about indulgence. But it is a very emotional energy here. So I feel like there's something being brought to the surface. That's what I keep getting. Something being brought to the surface during this time frame. So let's see what led up to the now moment. We'll look at the recent past energy, and then we'll look at your perception of each other, how you genuinely feel underneath it all, your hopes, and most likely outcome. I gotta tell you guys, like I feel, well, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm like very ADD, but I feel like it's increased, like heightened right now. So I don't know if maybe you can relate to that, Cancer, or just feeling like a little bit all over the place, or like your mind is a bit scattered, or just easily distracted, right? That type of vibe is kind of what I'm feeling and been feeling all day today. And I knew I was going to do your reading today. It's kind of a weird feeling. You might even feel a little bit off. So let's see what we got going on here. The Knight of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Hermit. So in the recent past, Cancer, it could have been that there was a break in communication here. Followed by like things coming together, maybe after a time period of like going within and doing some self-reflection here. It's like, okay, I'm getting to be or not to be. But it's, I don't know where that came from, to be or not to be. But it's like there's this back and forth energy here of like wanting to communicate, but then wanting to keep your silence, wanting to see things come together, and then introverting. It's that day and night energy. Okay, that's what it is. It's like this day and night energy, because I'm getting a song now. Day and night. I don't know the words to it. All I'm getting is day and night. If you know the song, please put it in the chat. Where it's like one day feeling like maybe social, like you want to communicate. And then on another day feeling like total introversion mode, not really wanting to speak to anyone. And kind of having these ups and downs, okay, in the emotional self. And I'm also getting a message about like something being kept quiet. So there might be, because I got secretive energy here, that there was something being kept quiet in the past, like maybe even secret conversations or things going on behind the scenes is kind of what I'm feeling. Let's see what this person has in their recent past. It's so hard for me to concentrate right now. Whew. That's kind of the energy that I'm feeling here, or I'm picking up on. It's almost like it almost kind of makes me feel like I want to like just kind of quit what I'm doing. You know what I mean? In the middle of doing it. So I don't know if this is your energy, Cancer, or the person you're connecting with, but it's like being in the middle of something and just being like, screw it, you know, or like, I don't even want to finish, or like, I'll get to it tomorrow. Like, I just don't have the focus. I just don't have the energy, like that type of vibe coming through. So let's see this person's recent past. This person's recent past. Ten of Cups. The Seven of Cups. Woo, the Seven of Swords. What's that about? King of Cups. So whoever you're connecting with here, Cancer, I feel like this person may not have been being honest, you know, about some of their emotions or what they had going on. Sometimes this can talk about like emotional manipulation. I don't know if that was a problem with this person in the past, but it's like, I don't really like this energy. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's mischievous, you know, and maybe like this person may have taken advantage of a situation or of others or of you in the past even. You know, there's a lot of hidden motives or like a hidden emotion here. Maybe this person too, like pretending they're happy when they're not happy, or like I get that there's some sort of facade here with this person, or like some sort of emotional masking going on. Now, this is past energy, but this might actually be like a personality trait that this person is still carrying on, but take it as it resonates, right? I got serious real fast, didn't it? So let's go deeper and see. Let's go into the perception, Cancer, and see what's going on in the way that you see each other. And keep in mind that perception is in the eye of the beholder, so it may be how you see it, but it may not be how this person sees it. Knight of Wands, Four of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles. So there seems to be something going on in this situation that's really throwing something off balance, okay? Because I haven't felt in balance this entire reading. So it's like being thrown off. So there's something going on about like someone throwing you off, Cancer, or are you doing that to another person? This reminds me a little bit of the Gemini reading. If you're on the cusp of Cancer and Gemini, or have that in your chart, check out that reading. It's just a lot of in and out. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm getting a song. Are you gonna kiss me or not? Are we gonna do this or what? Take it or leave it. But it's like, are we gonna do this or what? You know what I mean? Like, what is all the inconsistency about? Why so distracted? Like, what is going on in the environment where things seem so unorganized energetically? I just get a sense of like you needing to prioritize yourself right now and get a little bit more practical and more present in the environment, you know, because I feel like you're having trouble possibly staying present in the present moment and being carried away, you know, with your thoughts, or like I said, this up and down energy. Also, I heard MIA, so somebody could have went missing in action, you know, in the past or currently. And I'm also getting a lot of doubtful energy. And they're giving me the word self-preservation. So listen, if you're going through like these ups and downs, right, and feeling a little bit all over the place, it's totally okay to say, I need a timeout, right? So that you can get your priorities straight, because I feel like that's what needs to happen. Getting your priorities straight, figuring out how you feel. There seems to be a disconnect here between the way you're feeling versus what you're expressing. And if that's not your energy, it could be the person you're connecting with that's doing that. So keep it in mind, it's a general reading. But you know, like how we all do this to some degree, you know, when maybe we feel some sort of way about something, but we don't want it to be known. You know what I mean? Or like we deny it. Or something like that going on. You know, like if somebody, like say you have something going on, but you don't want to talk about it. And somebody's like, hey, are you okay? You know, and you're like, yeah, I'm fine. But internally, you know, you've got a lot going on. It's like that type of vibe. You know what I mean? There's a disconnect between what's happening emotionally and what's actually being expressed. You may feel like this person's inconsistent. You may miss this person, or they you. But again, there's this message about prioritizing yourself. Putting yourself first right now. What is this person's perception? Page of Cups. And I feel like some of you, this back and forth is coming from like a level of uncertainty or doubt, like I said earlier. What's this person's energy? Page of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. So whoever you're connecting with, right, I feel like this person wants to be honest. If they haven't been honest in the past, I do feel like they're moving into an energy of wanting to be more open or vulnerable or honest with you. Because this person is wanting to work on things, both within their life, but also I feel within the connection. They are also trying to stay grounded, to try to stay practical. And maybe there's been some space or distance here between you and this person. It could have felt like sorry, there's a message coming through. it could have felt like there was a large emotional gap between you and this person, or this detached type of energy. But deep down inside, I feel like this person wants to be honest and wants to work on things, like I said. And they see you as someone that they can trust. Like, this person feels like you would be honest with them, right? But I don't know if you fully trust this person, given that they've had some deceptive energy in the past. And maybe that's what the back and forth is about as well. So let's go into the emotional space. Whoa, not yet. Let's go into the emotional space. All right, they all came out at once. King of Wands, 10 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. There's kind of an overwhelming energy coming through. It's a bit of feeling depleted, right? Like you've got nothing to give. And yet searching for satisfaction here. There's a sense of pride that's blocking someone, and I feel it's you, but it could be them, that's blocking someone from just saying what it is, saying how they really feel. Like pride or ego getting in the way here. It's like feeling depleted and like you don't want to do something, but then pushing yourself to perform or pretend that you do have the energy, or like that you do want to. You know what I mean? Like, what is the deal with this, Cancer? Why aren't you honoring your emotions? If you feel it, don't be afraid of your feelings, and don't be afraid to express yourself honestly. And I'm not saying that you are afraid, but some of you are. Some of you, it's just like not the right time, or yeah, letting ego or pride get in the way. Let's see what this person has going on in the emotional space. The 5 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. That song came out of nowhere, but I can still hear it. Are you gonna kiss me all night? Are we gonna do this or what? That's some of your lyrics. That might resonate with some of you. Maybe look up that song. So this person's emotional space, they have, you know, I feel that on an emotional level, this person feels a bit depleted as well. But I do feel them wanting another opportunity or a chance here. But then they let uncertainty block them from getting the justice or getting the balance that they are desiring. Because I feel like this person is desiring for some sort of new beginning here. This person has a fear of like regretting their decisions later on. You know what I mean? They're like, well, if I fully commit, if I make this choice, I worry if then I might later regret it for whatever reason. And then that uncertainty, right, or that fear of regret is what blocks this person from achieving the balance that they could have in their emotional self. It could be too, like, that's what this false facade was in the past, like this fear of having regrets, or maybe even a fear of committing, you know. But see, it's funny because I feel like this person, they want to be honest and forthright and vulnerable so that things can work in harmony. But emotionally, there's like this holding back here, or this uncertainty that kind of clouds that. And I'm getting like a deep sense of like a fear of regret. You know how some people like fear missing out? This person fears regret. This is very interesting. But maybe they also, because FOMO, they might also have a fear of missing out as well. So it's a bit of a tug of war here. On one hand, don't want to miss out on anything. On the other hand, don't want to regret it if they do it. You know? Or maybe you feel like that. There's definitely like this back and forth day and night energy going on. What's the hope? Like, this is the most hesitancy I have felt in a while doing a reading. 7 of Pentacles. I feel like, you know, this is you hoping to see things come to fruition, right? Hoping to see things pan out in the way that you want them to. And I think it's funny that there's a squirrel in this picture because that's my ADD joke. Squirrel. You know, when you get distracted really easily. Like I said, some of you might resonate with that energy. Well, you're showing up in this person's hope, the Chariot and the Empress. So this person literally hopes, I feel like, for you, especially if you're a feminine Cancer. But it could also be that this person hopes to see things progress, you know, and they don't mind waiting to see how it progresses. Let's see what the most likely future outcome is. And keep in mind, all of the future outcomes can be changed with free will. You're in the driver's seat, no one else. So what do we got going on there for my Cancers? Most likely future outcome. The Chariot. So I'm happy to see your card out. Wow, the Lovers, the 7 of Cups. There's so much weird, confusing energy around this. Did I see a card flip? Hold on. Yes, and a fear of regret. It's like, I feel this is happening on both sides. Both of you, I feel, are going through this stage, right? Where there's a fear of missing out on something, but also a fear of regret. So there's like a wanting to reach for something and then a pulling back. And I feel like that's what's causing this up and down, night and day, back and forth, inconsistent energy. It's like trying to decide here on which direction you want to go, but fear of like regret or having to give something up in order to get something for some of you. Some of you have a really strong connection here, but you're afraid of, oh gosh, wow. You're afraid of losing it. Like the emotion or the connection being so strong that it, instead of creating like happiness, it creates fear of loss. Or like, yeah. Or fear of regret. This is very interesting reading to me. Let me see this person's future energy. Oh my gosh, you have the same exact card. The Lovers, Gemini energy. Didn't I tell you? This reminds me of the Gemini reading. Go check that reading out. Even if you don't have Gemini in your chart, you might resonate with that. All right, the Lovers. The Five of Swords. Yes, both of y'all are afraid of the same thing. Basically. There's some slight variations. Like, I feel like this person has a fear around rejection as well. And you having a fear around some sort of loss here. But it's fear, meaning false evidence appearing real. It's mostly in the mind, you know, but it is creating some disillusionment here and confusion where I feel like it doesn't need to be like that. I feel like, because they're saying it could be as black and white or as easy to figure out as day and night if you were to relinquish some of this fear-based energy around this, or they were, or both, really. This person has this fear that they're going to invest this time and this energy into something that maybe they will eventually, you know, that won't pan out for them. And yet they feel a strong desire to see things come together. So I feel like there's this essence too of like this person kind of waiting, like patiently waiting to see how things pan out. You know, maybe holding themselves back a little bit to see like how something evolves or how the situation evolves, which isn't a bad thing, right? Sometimes it's good to kind of sit back and let the cards fall, you know, or let things happen naturally and then make a decision. And I actually feel like that is kind of the guidance here. First of all, you don't want to be making big decisions when there's this much inconsistency in the air. You want to make sure you're certain. And sometimes it takes time. Sometimes you got to let things play out until you're certain. And not push yourself to be ready before you're ready. So I actually think that's a smart move. Because both y'all have some stuff that you need to overcome here if you want things to pan out in your favor. And I also heard afraid of giving up. So it's like all these different thoughts going on. You know, afraid of missing out, but yet not wanting to have some sort of regret. You know what I mean? And then like wanting to give up, but then afraid of giving up. So what do you do when you're going back and forth like that? Nothing. You give yourself time to breathe and let some time pass until you're certain. And I feel like both of y'all are needing to do just that. Let's see what the Osho Zen has to say. Wow, this took a serious turn right off the bat, didn't it? What does the Osho Zen have to say? Participation, trust. So trust that things are going to come together here. The missing puzzle piece. Yes, this is Aquarius energy too. Check out Aquarius's reading as well. If you have Aquarius in your chart, they got a similar message in this card. But it's like a lot of this fear-based energy is coming from the fact that you are not trusting that things really are working out in your favor, that the universe is conspiring to give you what you want. And if you could just pull back a little and focus on yourself, okay? And this goes for your cross watcher too. And remember that all of what you want, the love and the happiness, comes from no other source than from within you. And be comfortable knowing that universal forces have your back then you would see that things really are coming together nicely. And the more certain you get that things are working out for you, the less fear-based, insecure energy will follow you. You know what I mean? Like when you fully trust that you have been heard by spirit and that really you are being guided and that you don't have to figure it all out right now, you know, then you can kind of fall back a little bit and relax a little bit. And then as you do that, this fear-based energy starts to leave and dissipate, and then the missing puzzle piece comes in. This kind of reminds me of like, you know, when you want something so bad, you know, that you almost push it away in the wanting of it. You know? And it's like, don't do that to yourself. Or cross-watcher, if that's resonating with you. Don't do that to yourself. Trust. What you want has been heard, and it's on its way to you. What's the guidance? What's the guidance here? Support. How do I know that? And soul solitude, of course. So this says, people come into your life for many different reasons. Some of them you learn from and then they move on, while others return often because you need to learn more. Others remain beside you throughout your entire life. Either way, you're being supported. So this is a reminder that no matter what comes and goes out of your life, who comes and goes out of your life, that the universe will never leave you without. Meaning that for every door that is closed, another one will open. And to trust that a little bit. This is soul solitude here. Your soul needs attention. There are moments when it's important to get away, not just from the noise of the world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet. A place for soul solitude. This is a time to pause, reflect, and a time for you. That's what I was saying. I think, you know, a little bit of pulling back and reflecting and pausing might be good for the both of you. Give yourself grace and a little bit of time to see how things naturally pan out. And like I said, there's some sort of missing puzzle piece that's coming through. And let's go back to the original guided message that I got for you. It was the payoff. The payoff is in patience. There's some sort of payoff that is on its way to you, and just trust that, Cancer. Just trust. Wow, really interesting reading. Really interesting reading. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to go through with this whole thing because I felt so distracted, but I hope that resonated with you guys. And zodiac signs you might be dealing with or have in your birth chart, or this person may have in their chart. I've got Taurus, Cancer, Gemini energy here, Aries, Libra, Pisces, Leo, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, Cancer. And I felt a similar energy in the Aquarian reading, Capricorn over here. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff, as I do go live there as well. Tarot Time with Dana. All of it linked in the description box below, as well as in the About section where you can find the donation link. If you'd like to donate, you can do so there. Also, if you like this top, you can get it for yourself at my sister's online boutique, avasophiaco.com, also linked in the description box below. Otherwise, I am wishing you the very, very best, Cancer. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.